So, everything right now is obviously weird. For a lot of us, we're at home, inside, all the time. And while my usual content is being pushed aside with delays, Bachelor in Paradise is cancelled till 2021, why not embrace the isolation with a new series? Let's watch Love is Blind. Because what's better than staying in but watching other people stay in and fall in love? At least for the few first episodes. Then we get to watch them horrifically go to bars and be outside. So if you haven't watched Love is Blind episode 1, go do so. Or don't, I'm not your boss, but we're going to do Love is Blind breakdowns week to week. Why? Because what the heck else am I going to do? Videos on Listen to Your Heart? Yeah, I'll probably do that. But other than that, what is there? Learn to quilt? I refuse. So, alright, time to do the thing. Last episode on Love is Blind.
If we get married, then we have to make it work.
We do. Cameron,
Yes,
I think I love you.
I love you.
Love is Blind, the new hit reality dating show straight out of Netflix, hit us earlier this year with some surprisingly fun content, especially for their freshman year as a show. The concept is this: throw two strangers into a cell, lower down a bunch of food level by level, and that's the platform. Throw two strangers into a pod, have them get to know each other, and see if they will commit to an engagement, all while never knowing what the other person looks like. The contestants get to date around, find who they want to be with, then decide whether or not the two want to get engaged. After that, they get to see each other and go on a honeymoon and so on and so forth. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. For now, it's a fresh show with fresh meat arriving on our screens. Here come the men and here come the women, and it's time to meet some of the contestants. Like Lauren here, she's a content creator. Hey, that's like me. Lauren here is looking for someone who's serious.
We're 95 years old. My boobs might be like dragging on the floor, but I need you to love my saggy boobs.
And alongside Lauren, we have a whole other cast of characters. Some we'll get to know very intimately, some will only be seen in these first couple of episodes, and some will even get engaged but then get completely cut from the show. But that's a conspiracy for another day. For now, it's time to introduce our hosts, Nick and Vanessa Lachey, who are going to tell us all the rules. You know, no physical or social distractions, dating in the pods for 10 days, can't see each other, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, let's get in these pods, people. So, day 1 of the experiment and 37 days until the wedding goes down. The gang all heads into their pods that look like this. Pretty comfy and plenty of booze to go around. On the other side is your date, and for the next little bit, all you have to do is talk.
Can you see anything?
No.
There's nothing happening?
This is the backside of Jessica. She's 34 and a regional manager. And she's interested in changing things up from the usual guys she dates, 'cause she's ready to start a family.
Jessica, nice to meet you, Jessica. I'm Mark.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
And this is Mark. Mark is a fitness instructor and he's 24, a 10-year difference with Jessica. But this is not the time to worry about that. This is the time to get to know each other's personalities, like, are you funny, flirty, forward? Do you both happen to be from Chicago and are huge Bears fans?
The Bears. The Bears.
Next up is Lauren. Remember her? She's meeting with Cameron. Cameron's a science guy, so he's always down for a good experiment. The two chat about being extroverted introverts, and things are starting off pretty smooth.
So when am I gonna see you again?
Soon as possible.
But while these first couple of pod dates have hit it off, not all are going well.
If I had to guess, I'd say you're African American.
Okay, though, you may be saying, whoa, this guy might just be making an observation. He might not care either way.
Actually, no, I'm white.
Are you?
Next in the pods is Amber.
I ain't ugly.
Amber is an ex-tank mechanic from the Georgia National Guard who claims to be more than just a pretty face. She's meeting with Barnett. He usually goes for the pretty girl and is hoping this time he can get past looks and truly connect with someone's personality. And while things seem like a match with him and Amber, things are also going well with him and Jessica.
My dog sleeps with me every night, so
Really?
yeah.
I love that.
Oh, get ready to hear that a lot. Like, I'm warning you right now.
I'm a big cuddler, and she knows
love
it, so
that.
she just
See? Told you. We then move on to a montage of dates that just aren't working. Whether it be because there's a lack of chemistry, or it's because Barnett called Diamond here a stripper, or Carlton here walking out of his pod date with Amber as she describes the origin story of how she became such a tomboy. And after all this chaos of speed dating and getting to know new voices and personalities, the men and women head back to their common areas to discuss how their dates went. Like, one person says they were asked if they were a virgin. This brave soul raises his hand to say that he is, and he was never heard from again. Seriously, we never see this guy again after this. And there's a whole other story he goes through that doesn't get seen. It's just cut from the show. But that's something perhaps for another video. So the first day of pod dating is over and a new day begins. Today we're starting off the pod dates with Carlton and Diamond. Diamond is a professional basketball dancer who's used to getting attention from guys just off of her looks. So she's interested in finding a man who connects with her emotionally before physically. And it looks like Carlton might be that guy. We then check in with Jessica and Mark, who are continuing to build something while Barnett is vibing with someone new, LC. This is on top of his already established connections with Amber and Jessica. Because things move fast in the pods.
Now this is pod racing.
There's a huge cast of people all exploring different connections coming at us all in a very short period of time. But one couple seems to be laser focused on each other.
I felt the strongest connection with you.
Oh, I felt the strong connection with you too.
The conversation then moves on to more serious topics. When was the last time you cried, and what was it about? For Cameron, it was about his mom's health, and the two both get emotional. Tears come out, and Lauren and Cameron start to realize that something extra is going on here. Lauren then comes back to the ladies, swooning, telling everyone about what just happened in the pod, and Jessica's like,
I thought so too.
and this has set the tone for the rest of the show. Now people are thirsting for that big emotional connection, a moment like the one that was shared between Lauren and Cameron. Mark opens up with Jessica about how religious he is, and that he has a cross tattoo with an open spot for his children's names to be written on it, to which Jessica naturally replies,
I love that.
and after opening up, Mark is just on cloud 9. But Jessica, while she is super into Mark, is also testing the waters with Barnett. And unlike Mark, Barnett isn't 10 years younger than her. He's more like 7 years younger than her. So there. Fast forward, and we're on day 4 of the experiment, and Lauren and Cameron are still coming off the high of their emotional date the day before. Immediately, they both express how much they've been thinking about each other, that they actually come to these pods wanting to look good even though they know the other person can't see them. Then there's this pause, something in the air, and this happens.
Cameron,
Yes,
I think I love you.
I love you.
Honestly, when I first watched this, I got really caught up. This show got me more invested in a couple's relationship in 35 minutes than The Bachelor did with any couple all last season. Like, I was going, oh my goodness, I love you two.
That was beautiful.
Lauren and Cameron then tear up and say, if we get married, this is it. We have to make it work. We do. But I trust you. And I'm honestly here in shambles. I'm just an emotional wreck. How did this happen? I wasn't expecting this. And then there's 15 more minutes of this episode that I have to get through after this. Like, Carlton and Diamond here have a deep emotional conversation, but I'm still recovering from Lauren and Cameron. Mark passionately expresses his feelings for Jessica, that he wants her, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. This is no Lauren and Cameron. Still, the show must go on. And after Mark lets the guys know he's all in on Jessica, suddenly Barnett is like, whoa, but I was talking with Jessica. Okay, though, let's put those shenanigans on pause. It's time for Lauren and Cameron's final pod date. And they're all dolled up. Why are they all dolled up? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Cameron then asks Lauren to approach the wall.
Oh my god.
He gets down on one knee and...
Oh my god.
Will you marry me?
Oh my god, yes.
And after that, I was just here like... So the two head back to see everyone else and all get a big group cheers and congrats before it's time for the two to finally see each other. But before the episode moves on to that, there's one more pod date to get to. Barnett has one last shot to tell Jessica how he's feeling. Jessica, I may be dating 2 other women right now, but I really don't like that you're making a connection with Mark. But Jessica says she knows about his connections with the other women, so what's the big deal, bro?
If this place had nobody, no other guys and no other girls, I would propose to you tomorrow.
Which is such a lame thing to say. If no one else was here, I'd totally get engaged to you. But that doesn't matter, because all Jessica hears is,
I would propose to you tomorrow.
And now, Jessica is all in. And she's ready to pull the plug on Mark. But Barnett's jumped the gun a bit. Okay though, the moment has now come. It's time for the reveal. Lauren and Cameron, newly engaged, head to meet each other. Okay, this is so exciting. Time for the reveal. And the show, of course, ends. A nice big cliffhanger to get you to click that next episode button. And there it is. Episode 1 of Love is Blind. I gotta say, this is quite a fun show, and there's a lot of drama and just craziness still ahead. Trust me. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more, and on top of that, we've got Listen to Your Heart still ahead, so there's quite a lot more content to come in the week. Until then, Bachelor Fantake, out.
Will you marry me?
Oh my god.